At bottom, consciousness is one by nature. As the mind becomes more and more inward turned, it becomes gradually freed. Self-realization. When your last breath arrives, grammar can do nothing. Actions that have started to yield results may sustain, the body or the other way round. Curb your senses and your mind, and see the Lord within your heart. The treasure I have found cannot be described in words. The mind cannot conceive of it. Reality can be experienced only with the eye of understanding, not just by a scholar. The world, like a dream full of attachments and aversions, seems real until the awakening. Loud speech, profusion of words, and possessing skillfulness in expounding scriptures are merely for the enjoyment of the learned. They do not lead to liberation. abandoning the concerns of the world, abandoning concern about the body, and abandoning even concern about scriptures. See to the removal of wrong assumptions about yourself. You never identify yourself with the shadows cast by your body, or with its reflection, or with the body you see in a dream, or in your imagination. Therefore, you should not identify yourself with this living body either. Give up identification with this mass of flesh, as well as with what thinks it a mass. Both are intellectual imaginations. Recognize your true self as undifferentiated awareness, unaffected by time, past, present, or future, and enter peace. Each thing tends to move towards its own nature. I always desire happiness, which is my true nature. My nature is never a burden to me. Happiness is never a burden to me, whilst sorrow is. Do not look at anybody in terms of friend or foe, brother or cousin. Do not fritter away your mental energies and thoughts of friendship or enmity. Seeking the true self everywhere, be amiable and equal-minded towards all, treating all alike. Like the appearance of silver in mother of pearl, the world seems real until the true self, the underlying reality, is realized. There is sorrow in finitude. The true self is beyond time, space, and objects. It is infinite, and hence of the nature of absolute happiness. What is inquiry into the truth? It is the firm conviction that the true self is real, and all other than that is unreal. Space seems broken and diverse because of the many forms in it. Remove the forms and pure space remains. So, too, with the omnipresent self. As gold purified in a furnace loses its impurities and achieves its own true nature, the mind gets rid of the impurities of the attributes of delusion, attachment, and purity through meditation and attains reality. Do not be proud of wealth, people, relations and friends, or youth. All these are snatched by time in the blink of an eye. Giving up this illusory world, know and attain the supreme. Knowing that I am different from the body, I need not neglect the body. It is a vehicle that I use to transact with the world. It is the temple which houses the pure self within. just as a stone, a tree, a straw, grain, a mat, a cloth, a pot, and so on, when burned, are reduced to earth, so the body and its sense organs, on being burned in the fire of knowledge, become knowledge and are absorbed in Brahman, like darkness in the light of the sun. To be free from bondage, the wise person must practice discrimination between oneself and the ego self. By that alone, he will become full of joy, recognizing self as pure being, consciousness, and bliss. Let my idle chatter be the muttering of prayer, my every manual movement the execution of ritual gesture, my walking a ceremonial circumambulation, my eating and other acts the rite of sacrifice, my lying down prostration in worship, my every pleasure enjoyed with dedication of myself. Let whatever activity is mine be some form of worship of you.
Atma Shakam, the song of the true self. I am consciousness, I am bliss. I am Shiva, I am Shiva. Without hate, without infatuation, without craving, without greed. Neither arrogance, nor conceit. Never jealous I am. Neither Dharma, nor Artha, neither Kama, nor Moksha am I.
I am consciousness, I am bliss. I am Shiva, I am Shiva. Without sins, without merits, without elation, without sorrow. Neither mantra, nor rituals, neither pilgrimage, nor Vedas. Neither the experiencer, nor experienced, nor the experience am I.
I am consciousness, I am bliss. I am Shiva, I am Shiva. Without fear, without death, without schism, without jati. Neither father, nor mother, never born I am. Neither kith, nor kin, neither teacher, nor student am I.
I am consciousness, I am bliss. I am Shiva, I am Shiva. Without form, without figure, without resemblance am I. Vitality of all senses, in everything I am. Neither attached, nor released am I. I am consciousness, I am bliss. I am Shiva, I am Shiva.
The true self illumines the consciousness. Brahman, the Absolute alone, is real. This world is unreal Maya, but the Jiva, or the individual soul, is not different from Brahman. Curb your senses and your mind, and see the Lord within your heart. Atman is an ever-present reality. Yet, because of ignorance, it is not realized. On the destruction of ignorance, Atman is realized. Being in another's control is a form of hell. Bliss is self-resplendent consciousness in the heart. Charity is expecting no return. Conceit results in evil. Maud. Duality is something imagined. Non-duality is ultimately real. Grammar, which you are trying to cram and master, will not be able to rescue you at death's door. Life is dear to creatures. Maya is indeterminable as either real or unreal. Who wields Maya? The Supreme Lord. Much self-control is better than wasting one's life and great opportunities away. Right knowledge, shown in practice, is the seed of the tree of release. The pleasures and riches of worldly life are but a passing show. Be much detached. The resplendent light of consciousness shines within the heart. The seeking after one's real nature is what devotion is for. Those who give up the highest and purest Brahmic consciousness live in vain, and though human, are like beasts. Action cannot destroy ignorance, for it is not in conflict with or opposed to ignorance. Like bubbles in the water, the worlds rise, exist, and dissolve in the Supreme Self, which is the material cause and the prop of everything. When the great reality is not known, the study of the scriptures is fruitless. When the great reality is known, the study of the scriptures is also fruitless. When our false perception is corrected, misery ends also. The soul appears to be finite because of ignorance. When ignorance is destroyed, the true self, which does not admit of any multiplicity, truly reveals itself by itself, like the sun when the clouds pass away. Where renunciation and longing for liberation are weak, tranquility and the other virtues are a mere appearance, like the mirage in the desert. All objects are pervaded by Brahman. All actions are possible because of Brahman. Therefore Brahman permeates everything as butter permeates milk. Sickness is not cured by saying medicine, but by drinking it. The desire for more and more wealth is dangerous. Cultivate the good sense to give up your desires. Wealth is the result of past deeds. Therefore, be content with what you have. As long as there dwells breath in the body, so long they inquire of your welfare at home. Once the breath leaves, the body decays. Even the wife fears that very same body. Talk as much philosophy as you like. Worship as many gods as you please. Observe ceremonies and sing devotional hymns. But liberation will never come, even after 100 eons, without realizing the oneness. Day and night, dawn and dusk, winter and spring, come and depart again and again. Time sports and life ebbs away. And yet, one leaves not the dusts of desires. Just as a piece of rope is imagined to be a snake in the darkness, so is Atman's soul determined to be the body by an ignorant person. When youthfulness has passed, where is lust and its play? When water is evaporated, where is the lake? When the wealth is reduced, where is the retinue? When the truth is realized, where is the bonding with the outside world? Very readily one indulges in carnal pleasures. Later on, alas, come diseases of the body. Even though in the world the ultimate end is death, even then, the man leaves not his sinful behavior. Silence is the first door to spiritual eminence. O fool, give up the thirst to possess wealth, create in your mind, devoid of passions, thoughts of the reality, With whatever you get, entertain your mind. Be content. Even after the truth has been realized, there remains that strong, obstinate impression. That one is still an ego, the agent and experiencer. This is to be carefully removed by living in a state of constant identification with the supreme non-dual self. Full awakening is the eventual ceasing of all the mental impressions of being an ego.
The water drop playing on a lotus petal has an extremely uncertain existence. So also is life ever unstable. Understand, the very world is consumed by disease and conceit and is riddled with pangs.
The fool thinks, I am the body. The intelligent man thinks, I am an individual soul united with the body. But the wise man, in the greatness of his knowledge and spiritual discrimination, sees the self as the only reality and thinks, I am Brahman.
As the mind becomes gradually established in the self, it proportionately gives up the desire for external objects. When all such desires have been eliminated, there is the unobstructed realization of the self.
seated in a solitary place, free from desires and with senses controlled. One should meditate free of thought on that one infinite self.
The entire universe is truly the Self. There exists nothing at all other than the Self. The enlightened person sees everything. In the world is his own self, just as one views earthenware, jars, and pots as nothing but clay.
Because all selves are essentially non-different, and their apparent difference is due to niscience only. The individual soul, after having dispelled niscience by true knowledge, passes into unity with the Supreme Self.
Nirvana Shatakam, the song of questions from Who Am I? I am not the mind, intellect, ego, or reflections of the inner self. I am not the five senses, nor the five elements space, earth, fire, wind. I am that eternal knowledge and bliss, the pure consciousness, love, and Shiva.
I am not energy, the 5 types of breath, the 7 material essences or the 5 sheets. I am not the instruments of elimination, procreation, movement, grasping or speech. I am that eternal knowledge and bliss, the pure consciousness, love, and Shiva.
I have no hatred, attachment, greed, delusion, pride, or jealousy. I have no duties, wealth, desires, or even liberation. I am that eternal knowledge and bliss, the pure consciousness, love, and Shiva. .
I have neither virtue nor vice, neither sins nor good deeds, nor joy or sorrow. I do not need mantras, sacred places, scriptures, rituals, or sacrifices. I am not the observer, the process of observing or the object observed. I am that eternal knowledge and bliss, the pure consciousness, love, and Shiva.
I have no fear of death, nor do I of death. I am not separate from my true self, nor do I doubt my existence. I have no parents or birth, nor am I a relative, friend, teacher, or disciple. I am that eternal knowledge and bliss, the pure consciousness, love, and Shiva.
I am all-pervasive without attributes or form. I have no attachment to the world or to liberation. I have no desires, for I am everything everywhere, at all times, in perfect balance.
I am that eternal knowledge and bliss, the pure consciousness, love, and Shiva.